Hey guys, welcome back to another Minefrenzy video. Today I have a ton of things to talk about because there is a whole bunch of new changes coming to the Minefrenzy server and I really need your guys' help. I need your support to help make this server better for everyone. And I have a bunch of long-term goals for the server as well, which I'm going to talk about later. But before we get into that, I do have to apologise because, as you know guys, I run a lot of stuff. I run my own business. I got my YouTube channel, which I upload pretty much daily. I've got like 15 servers now, 15 Minecraft servers I manage. And on top of that, it is the holidays. And I've been going on a lot of holidays, seeing family, going out, that type of thing. So I've really not had that much time to be working on the servers, especially Minefrenzy. But I am back, and I am working as hard as I can to fix as many of the problems and upgrade the server to be better than ever before. Now, the first thing I've done is I've set up a list and I've hired some more people, set up some more staff to help out around the server. And the start of that is 2 new helpers, 6 to the max, and the other guy's name was Sullivan. They are brand new helpers which are going to be involved in their staff decisions from now on. They are invited to the Skype chat and all that good stuff. And also a possible mod being promoted. I don't want to say their name yet, they're still being checked out. And also I promoted another helper and a couple mods like 3 weeks ago. So they've been doing alright, they're helping out, doing some good stuff. And now with all this new staff, and once all the other previous staff get back from holidays, we're going to be adding a ton of new things to the server. The first one being donator shops. They have been put on hold. I did start it, but I ran into some problems claiming the area. We're going to set up a World Guard region in the donator shops, which stops people from being able to get in. Even if they were TP'd in here by a friend, it would automatically push them straight out of the room. So that's the only thing delaying it at the moment. We just need to wait for some more Hadescraft staff to come back to set that up and get it worked out properly, because I really don't want any mistakes made and people abusing it before it's properly working. We want to do it right, and as I said, I've been really busy, but I'm back now, so we will get that organised fairly soon. That is not first on the priority list though. We have a massive list of stuff that needs to be done across all the servers, and the Minefrenzy donator shops is something that'll come a bit later, but still coming, so that's still really good, and you're probably looking at under a week or 2 for that actually. I would say probably about a week, but up to 2 weeks, so it is coming, don't worry about that. We're also doing some plugin adjustments, and I'm thinking about doing some adjustments to the ranks to make the higher ranks slightly better, because some people were complaining that it's not really worth it, so we're going to bump it up a tiny bit and maybe make some other adjustments here and there. And this is just the basic stuff, guys. Now to get into the good stuff. I am going to be moving Minefrenzy to a brand new dedicated server. Now it's going to get a bit technical here, but for those of you who understand, basically there is Intel Xeon processor range. And at the moment, all of my servers are on the highest end possible configurations, the best CPUs, SSDs, RAID 0, nowhere near capping the bandwidth. We got hundreds of megabytes spare, and basically it's as good as it can get, except for one thing: the location of the server. Now, this server is currently located in Toronto, Canada, which is on the east coast. It's in Canada, obviously, but it is right on the east coast of US, right next to New York. So anyone who knows where that is, and that was a great spot because that particular area had great connection for Canada and US, and also had a really good connection to Europe. I'm picturing the map in my head, that's why I'm moving a little bit weird. So that was a really good place, and I did some research and it was really nice at the time. But I've realised the server's become a bit laggy. There's a few, what people usually mistake for lag, there's a couple types of lag. What people usually blame on the server being bad is actually just the plugin being really buggy and plugins not being updated, or Mojang's 1.7 just outright lags, to be perfectly honest, because they added in all these animations and random ass things that just cause lag. So as the plugins get updated, there'll be less and less lag, but then once all the plugin lag is gone, there is also ping lag. And that is the distance between you and your server. When you ping the server, it basically tells you a good idea of the distance. Now, that is why I'm moving it to, drum roll please, Los Angeles, California, on the west coast of US. For those of you who live in Australia like me or other places of the world. So we are moving the server from the top east coast in Toronto to the west coast, somewhere in the middle, I'm not exactly sure, but in Los Angeles, which is in California. So, in doing that, from my testing, I have realized that that server in Toronto on the east coast was getting some lag issues, not with ping, but with data being slowed down. The data transfer between you and the server was slowed down because there was so much traffic there, and there was lots of random like hackers and DDoS attacks, and not on the network that I'm on at all. But you have to understand that anyone on that side of the world that shares the same internet infrastructure, the cable literally goes underneath the ocean between Europe and America and Australia. You guys need to understand that. So any high bandwidth issues with traffic going across that cable, that slows down everyone on that continent pretty much, or everyone on that top half of the continent on US. And that has been causing quite a few issues recently. There was a line that went down that joined the data center that the company was in to Europe. Some construction guys under a bridge screwed something up, and I was pissed off at that. And I was like, "You're going to give me a refund?" And like, "Oh no, the construction guys just run over some internet cables." Half the continent's being redirected through another line that goes under the ocean that's like 100 kilometers away, which lagged all the servers. And that pissed me off. Nothing I could control at all, guys. I promise you that these servers are running on the best possible hardware money can buy. Like, they're on the best possible hardware. The only thing that affects lag is the plugins and the location. And I'm working on the plugins. They are being updated as soon as the developers help me out there. But the location, as I said, changing it. Sorry I'm dragging on a bit here, getting a bit technical. But a lot of people seem to not understand that. They're like, upgrade the server heads. Add more RAM. That is not the issue whatsoever. I'll type GC now. Oh, I need to turn chat up. Now, I haven't actually tested this, but here we go. So, the server restarts every 24 hours, so it's going to restart soon. It's basically at 20 TPS, and we have 32 gig of RAM, but I bumped it down a bit to give the operating system some room, and there's free memory 5 gig left. Now, that's right before the restart. After it restarts, it goes back to free memory, like 25 gig. And it slowly starts running out of memory because people load more parts of the map. But that does not affect lag at all in the slightest. As long as there is free memory left, then it does not affect it in the slightest whatsoever. Some people's whole servers run on 5 gig of RAM. You could run this whole PvP faction server on 5 gig. It'd be perfectly fine. This particular one might run into some issues, but all I would have to do is make the chunks unload quicker. But I don't have to do that. I'm keeping the chunks loaded because we got tons of RAM to spare. So that also helps increase lag. Some technical issues or tips there. You keep the chunks loaded for longer. So then when someone's running around, say out here into PvP, they're not making the server load a new chunk because see, this is already loaded on the server. It just has to send it to my client. So that's the explanation of that. Not the server's fault whatsoever, but it is moving to Los Angeles, California, and I've lost track of what I'm talking about now, but I did do some tests, and if you live in Australia, wait, I'll do Australia first, I'll do New Zealand separate. If you live in Australia, you should be getting about 300 milliseconds ping to this server. That is pretty good, to be honest, but when we move it to the new location in Los Angeles, you will be cutting that down by 100 milliseconds. So, do you know when I'll have to hit someone here? Oh no, we should be able to spawn. I'll spawn in a pig out here. But basically, we'll be getting 100 milliseconds cut off the time to connection to the server if you live in Australia, and 150 if you live in New Zealand. So New Zealand and Australian players will be getting a 100 to 150 millisecond ping reduction, which is better. The lower the ping, the better, because that's the delay between when you actually punch and when it hits. See? Hit, and then I'll do it again. I'll say hit exactly when I press the button. We'll actually go to vanish so you can see. And you'll see it takes exactly 300 milliseconds before it registers. Bam. See, that wasn't a second. It wasn't half a second. It was 0.3 of a second. Ready? Hit. Bam. That's what the ping is. That's how the best way to explain it is the delay between when you hit and when it registers to the server. So as you can see, that's a pretty consistent 300 ping. Every time I hit, it doesn't hit instantly, but about 0.3 of a second later, he does take the damage. And it's really consistent at the moment. I'm happy with that. But that's being reduced to 200, like I said, which will be great for all the Aussie and New Zealand PvPs. Everyone in the US will be experiencing a 50... Oh, I better go back to Vanish. People are going spamming crazy. Let's quickly go out here while I finish up this video. Talk to them afterwards. But yeah, so everyone in Australia, great. 100 ping, cut straight off that. Everyone in US, you could be experiencing up to 50 ping reduction if you live on the East Coast. And if you live in Los Angeles, California, you'll be getting like 20 ping. 5 ping if you're close to it, 10 ping, under 50 ping guaranteed. So that'll be amazing for you guys on the west coast of US. It'll be better for you guys on the east coast of US. And it will also be better for us in Australia and New Zealand. So it sounds awesome. Why didn't I do this earlier? But there's one downside. People in Europe will be getting a slight ping increase by maybe 20 to 30 extra. So that's a slight increase for people in Europe, but I am confident that because we're avoiding the traffic lines, the high traffic areas of the east coast of US, we should be getting a more solid connection. So you won't be getting any lag spikes. As I explained, the ping is the time between when you hit something and when it gets interacted with on the server. Lag spikes is when you freeze and everyone stops, and then they all jump forward somewhere else. That is a lag spike that can be caused by congested traffic on the lines that join up the data centers. And I'm hoping to avoid that. That is the main thing I'm trying to fix with this update, with the move of the server. And I've been talking way too long about this. All of you guys are like, I got my Mac and I plug it in and turn the power on. What are you on about, Hades? But overall, better for everyone, way better ping for Australia and stuff. All good news. Lots of staff are coming back from holidays in about a week, and that's when the donator shops and extra things will be added. So sorry that I haven't been able to do much recently, but as I said, on holidays and extremely busy with like 17 servers, I had hundreds of emails to reply every time I go away for like a day. And what else? Oh, the Christmas coupon, guys. Make sure to take advantage of that. I'm shutting it off in a few days, I reckon. Maybe in like 5 days when people start getting back from holidays, I will take off the Christmas coupon for 10% off, delete all the snow and candy canes because it's already past Christmas, so we'll delete all that. That'll be off all the servers. That coupon currently works for all my servers. So make sure to take advantage of that before I do take it off. And one last thing, this is probably the biggest thing. I kind of got stuck on that server because I really spend a lot of my time analyzing data and working out ways to reduce lag because honestly, I've never joined a server that doesn't lag if it has a lot of things going. I mean, you can get non-laggy kit PvP servers, and I'm actually opening one of them on the Hadescraft Hub, but that is because they're really small and you don't have to load new chunks. There isn't kids with lava monsters out there. There's not 40 people with TNT over there. It's just really contained and easy to control with really minimal plugins. But anyway, so I will be working on that as well. And here comes the big announcement, guys. I am thinking about turning Minefrenzy into a hub. Now, the reason for this is because I'm hoping to join up with another YouTuber. That's right, guys. Another YouTuber will become an owner of this to help me manage it. They will be advertising it, and I expect a double or a minimum double increase in population on the server. It could go up to as much as 5 times as many players currently play on Minefrenzy, so there will be a ton of new traffic. And what I'm thinking is maybe turn this into a hub, so people, if they don't like factions, they'll have somewhere else to go, so it's not wasted traffic. People joining that don't like factions, it'll be nice to give them somewhere else to go, and also to load balance it, because if you chuck everyone on one server, it will lag a tiny bit, like just when you get over a certain cap, the CPU just can't handle it. No current technology can. But if you split it up into like 2 faction servers or a faction and a prison server, something like that, it'll be great and you'll be able to load balance it. Of course, I'll try and make it as different as possible from my other servers. So if I do open a prison server, it'll be totally different, like a whole different design, different plugins. It'll still be the basic element of leveling up and ranking up in a prison, but you obviously make as much change as I can. Maybe an island prison system. So you level up and you go to TP to the different islands. Who knows? I'll think of something. But make sure to post any comments or suggestions in the description for if you support the hub idea and what servers you would like added to the Minefrenzy hub. It is a great idea because of the massive influx of players the server will get, and the more players the better, honestly. It's way better having lots of people out here PvPing. It's a lot more exciting. So it'll all be coming, hopefully. I'm really hoping the YouTubers I asked to get involved with this accept my offer. I gave them a really good offer, guys, so hopefully they accept it. We could be seeing quite a lot of good YouTubers getting involved with this server, really making it grow. And of course, once they get involved, I will not be the full owner anymore. I'll be cut down to a 33% owner or 50%, something like that. But I will still be involved, but hopefully I get other people involved to help out and advertise, so it'll be great. I think that's pretty much it. I really just wanted to spam you guys with information this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you understand. I really want people to understand and support, because it's really frustrating when people are like, all Hades has to do is upgrade the server. Why doesn't he do that? That's not the cause at all, guys. Anyone who says that absolutely has no idea about dedicated servers or at all. And anyone who says just add more RAM to it, they have no idea either. Believe me, guys, that has no effect whatsoever. Zero. I have tons of spare CPU usage, tons of spare RAM, tons of free everything on this current server, and all my servers actually are all the top of the range dedicated servers. But that's why I am currently looking into the location things like I was talking about. Moving to a new data center, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it all goes good. There will be some downtime, so please be understanding. Please still support the server, tell your friends about it, chuck this video a like, help out my channel if you can as well. It all helps. And if a YouTuber does get involved with the server, make sure to support them as well. We really want to get as much people playing on the server as possible. If you're a YouTuber or you know a YouTuber, tell them to get involved right now. And the people I've offered deals to, if they decline, I'll be messaging other YouTubers, so it'll be good. It'll be good no matter what, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. I'm going to stop talking now. Quick summary. Turning into a hub possibly. Tell me what to add in the description. Chuck the video a like. Moving to a new server, less lag, hopefully avoiding those bandwidth issues in the high traffic areas. It's going to Los Angeles. That is it. Peace out, guys. See ya.